If you've ever wondered how the drifting physics on some of the oldest original drift mod packs for Assetto Corsa held up 10 years down the line, we're about to find out. Stick around. What's going on, people? Welcome to 127 Works, and today we are having a look at the SP Drift Car mod pack, which is one of the originals. It's not the very first. I did a video on that already, so if you want to have a look in the link in the description or up in one of the corners here. I did a video a few months ago on the Nissan S14 from the MrTitan mod pack, which I do believe was the first pack. I'm sure there was individual cars, but the first time that somebody had put together a bunch of kind of the most popular cars that you'd want in a pack was, I'm pretty sure, the MrTitan pack. But as I said, this one is the SP mod pack, so this one came a little bit later, still in 2015. I want to say, but this specific car now, they went back in 2017 and they did kind of like a refresh. So this specific car isn't the 2015 model, it's from the kind of like refresh where they kind of updated the shaders and like tweaked the physics and stuff like that to just kind of bring it up to line with the standards that we'd kind of got by 2017. So that's why I thought it'd be an interesting kind of step up, if you want to put it that way, from the actual original 2014 2015 MrTitan mods to then by 2017 how far had the packs come along. And I thought I would just do a little series of this, basically going through all of the kind of early packs. So up next might be Tando Buddies or DTP mods, and just kind of going through some of the early mods, Street Heroes and that kind of thing, and just having a look and see how they feel. But as I was saying, this is the SP mod specifically. So this is kind of, in my head, the way that I remember it, there was MrTitan mod, there was SP mod, and then there maybe have been like DTP was the next big one that came in, and then Tando Buddies came along, and that kind of became the default kind of standard one that everyone used on the online service and stuff. But for me anyway, SP mod came next. The car specifically that we're going to be using today is Yoshihara's championship winning car from FD in, I want to say 2009, 2010-ish. I can't remember exactly which year it was. But yeah, basically just at the time I used to love the look of this car, the kind of like drag wing on it. I think in real life his car eventually went on to have, like in the next year or so, or like maybe around this time, but maybe the model isn't accurate, it had the V8 kind of supercharger sticking up out of the bonnet and stuff like that. Just thought it was really cool, really different looking to everything else that you were seeing on the grid. The kind of big, aggressive, chunky Rocket Bunny kit style on it. Again, with that drag wing though, and the kind of different wheels that you don't see, that you wouldn't have seen a lot of back then. It was just a really unique looking car. Had the amazing big V8 sound, and it was just a car that I used to love. I used to love this particular car track combination because it was the first time that I learned kind of to repeatedly do big entries, if you want to put it that way. I would do Tsukuba Mini in reverse and kind of come down, again, I'll demonstrate it in the actual video, but I'd come down to kind of the pit straight in reverse and just truck it backwards as much as possible into the first corner and tried to hold out. I actually think I've featured it in a video. I did like a little montage kind of edit thing. I think I featured it in that, so if I can find that clip, I'll chuck that in here now. And yeah, as you can see, it's a bit ropey, but it's you know, it's very early days. It's literally within the first year or two that I think I was playing Assetto Corsa. But yeah, but just really good fun memories from the time. So a little bit about the car. It's not going to be a full big review as I kind of do with some of my other videos that I do on the Nordschleife and Nürburgring, that kind of thing. But to just give a bit of information about the kind of car that we're driving, it's got 620 horsepower, 797 foot-pounds of torque, and it weighs 1,088 kilos. It's kind of mid-high range horsepower compared to nowadays where everyone's running 1,000 and plus. 800 foot-pounds of torque, more or less, is nothing to be sniffed at. And then lastly, you know, it weighs just over a ton, so it's pretty light, and it's got plenty of horsepower and torque, so it should be a nice little handful. Again, my memory, it's been so long, it's been nearly a decade or over a decade since I've driven this car in the game, so it's going to be completely new to me. I've no memory of what it feels like, but I do remember that it should have that sick V8 sound and just be a lot of fun. But yeah, that's about it. Cool car, cool track, cool nostalgia and stuff like that. It's going to be interesting to see how it goes. Meet you out on the track. Okay, so here we are in the cockpit of Dai's S13. You can see, compared to today's standards, it's passable. You can see like that's an image on the door cards, an image over there. Like from over this side, actually, it doesn't look terrible. Yeah, like you can see there is details of carbon on the dash, but it's not textured in any way. It's not. Stuff is here. So they put the effort in, just maybe the knowledge wasn't exactly kind of what it became over the years. As far as like the kind of the details, there's no real decent shading that I can see. Everything is just kind of images on flat surfaces by the looks of it. But like, you know, the big Orido style wheel, that's one thing that I always do remember, is that the wheel was huge. I don't know if that's meant to be the case, or if it's like a visual bug or glitch or whatever, but yeah, I do remember that definitely being a thing. Let's have a listen to see what the V8 sounds like. Yeah, that's kind of more or less what I remember, what it should be roughly. If you have a look from the outside here, you can see again that cool livery, the just awesome different look. The back's what's it called? The squat, with the way the back is squatting down. I'm pretty sure Dai's car was like that actually in real life as well. But that's all well and good. So there's only one thing left to do, and just to see how does it actually drive. So into first gear. And the first thing that I'm going to do is just turn around, because I learned this Tsukuba. Most people learned it from, like, you know, old option videos or best motoring or whatever it may be. I actually learned Tsukuba from Forza Motorsport 3 originally, and then Forza Motorsport 4, which was more often than not run in this direction. So actually this is the way that I kind of learned to do it. So when I started playing Assetto Corsa, I kind of just naturally was coming in from this direction. So we're going to do the same. There's a bit of a glitch on the dashboard, as you can see. We're also using the stock tune for now. Oh, okay, right. It came around nice and smooth. Like in Forza, yeah, so I don't know, for those of you that don't know, like this would have been the old Forza drifting layout for like comps and stuff. Not ESDA, what was it back in the day? FMDL? You would have done this, kind of come inside, run it a little bit wide. Forza let you run out a little bit wider than that without kind of penalising it. And then you come around, oh, this direction here, so... Yeah, and then you can also just do loops in the old Forza days of just going around like this. Oh, Jesus. Okay, a bit better than that, but something like that. Yeah, and you could just kind of loop the whole... Essentially, if you were good enough, you could loop the whole course by doing... managing the straight, or senpatsu, if you want to put it that way, if you want to call it not that, but... Basically, this is what I used to try to learn how to do. See how backwards I could get it? That's like technically a 360, I suppose. Also, again, my PC is kind of on the older end of things, so I'm not getting the best performance. You might be able to see at the top corner there. I'm only getting about 70, 72 FPS when I should be getting 80, so it's a little bit choppy in the headset, which is making it kind of tricky to see exactly where I'm going and what I'm doing. But yeah, it's definitely not. It's not. Again, it's like with the MrTitan mod. It's not bad. But considering that, like, again, like the likes of myself and people that started off in the Assetto Corsa early years ago would have been kind of pretty much learning how to drift with this kind of these physics, it's amazing we kind of got anywhere, because they're very unforgiving. Look, you're just all of a sudden you're gone. I think that might have been a complaint that I had with the Titan mod as well, perhaps. I don't remember exactly, but a lot of these kind of early mods, there was just not a lot of information and feedback there to... No, that's the wrong gear. Yeah, there's just not a lot of information and feedback and stuff like that. You're missing just that little fine detail that kind of helps. So let me try to explain this. So there's a weird vagueness happening at the back, and you see that I'm starting to pitch, and you can feel that you can catch it. And then you put the handbrake in, it gets the angle, and then there's just no... It's like there's no side bite, there's no grip, there's no... Again, I'm not a good enough driver. I'm not like, I don't drift in real life or anything like that, so it's hard to kind of explain exactly what I mean when I say the words that I need to kind of explain it. I can feel it though. Like, I'm sliding, I'm drifting, and I can catch it, but like, there's just no... By the time you're gone, it's too late to tell, if that makes sense. Like this is a nice little slide here that I'm kind of controlling, you know, feathering the throttle, still hanging it out. This one actually isn't bad at all, but then again, it's just like on ice. I can't do anything about where I'm going. I can't change the angle. You're just, like, I can't kind of compensate for it as much as I would like to, or as much as I could in like in one of the newer packs with kind of more advanced physics and stuff. Now again, I am kind of coming in at extreme angles and stuff now, so maybe if I try to be a bit more gentle, a bit more kind of what's the word? Right, so this would be me trying to be gentle now. So we're up to angle, and I'm pretty much just going one tiny little acceleration to where I should be able to put the foot down and power through the whole lot of that, like. And again, you get to an angle, I threw in a clutch kick, but I'm not... Like, the whole... what I'm trying to get is that I don't feel like I'm in control of anything that's happening. I'm not like, nothing really that's happening is happening because I want it to happen that way. Like, yes, the car's drifting, yes, it's sideways. Yes, like, you can link a corner, or you can pull off a full length of the first corner or everything like that, but like... it doesn't feel like I'm doing that, and it doesn't feel like it's happening because I wanted to. It feels like the car is just sliding for the sake of sliding type thing. And then again, it's just that the lack of detail means that when it decides to stop sliding, or when it decides to do a loop, whatever that, it's happened before you've been able to do anything about it. Like, it's already just decided, okay, like, we're going here. So it's interesting to say the least, but clutch kick. Trying to differentiate with no handbrake there. I'm trying to see, okay, let's see if there's anything that we can do with the I'll try and throw a quick tune on it and get back. Okay, so I've done a quick and dirty basic tune of stuff that I know should roughly work, because looking at what it was just, it was not in a good place. I did the full tune was just insane as far as some of the numbers, so this might not work at all. It could just be fundamentally the physics. It feels already a lot more twitchy, which is no good. So maybe the tune that had been on it was doing something. Although, do I feel like... No. No. I don't think I feel anything positive. I think it's just, yeah, it's just the car. Like, I like a very smooth, predictable driving kind of experience. I don't like the twitchiness of like a lot of the high-end kind of pro cars that you can download for like VDC packs and stuff like that. I much prefer a smoother kind of experience. That's what the tune that I just applied there usually does to cars, but it hasn't at all done that to this. Like, I'm wondering what has it done, because it doesn't seem to have made any difference other than made it just extremely twitchy. Very, very strange. Again, just absolutely babying the throttle to try and get it around, but we did technically. No, do we have it? But again, like, you come to a straight in there where it's like, alright. Oh my god, that's terrible. What's weird is that I feel like the Titan mod was better than this. I can't remember which was the more popular once this came out and people had the choice between this and the Titan. Oh, Jesus, man. I'm actually going to go and revert the tune, because this is so much worse. You know, I don't remember what the preferred... I know, like, people that were really, really into, like, looking into random, like, the kind of the more niche cars were using maybe Street Heroes, but I remember not liking them at the time, so I don't know. Look, there's just... Any car from any kind of more modern pack, you do that, and it kind of, there's a bit of side bite or a bit of something there that kind of keeps you going sideways. This one, you just keep washing out. I don't know if it's understeering or... Like, again, I got sideways there, I held the angle, but it's not because I wanted it. It's not the angle that I wanted to hold. It's as if, like, does it have too much steering angle, or like an unrealistic amount or something? I'm trying to think of all the reasons to explain why it feels the way that it feels. What I will say, the one thing that I can say is, looking back now, I'm glad that it wasn't just that I was completely hopeless back then as far as drifting goes, which is why I had such a hard time with this car and this track. Because I remember I spent hours one night, hours and hours and hours trying to do this entry, and I couldn't get it. And I'm seeing now that it is mostly, you know, little column A, little column B. It would have been a bit that I was not that great with drifter yet. I was still learning the game. Let's see if I can do any better from the outside camera. I know people always have a weird problem, like, why are you using a third-person camera in VR? To me, it's just like playing on a bigger screen. It's just a big, huge screen in front of your face. See, it's right there. It's right when you get to that angle. You just feel that vagueness all of a sudden kick in. You lose all the detail and information at that extreme angle. Like. Again, it looks like I'm doing a bit better now, but no information in the transition there, no nothing. And then you have this, again, this false appearance that it looks like I'm making the drift, but it's not me. It's not. It's just happening. Like, I'm just a passenger along for the ride. It's like I'm trying to think of ways to describe it. It's like it's pivoting on an axis rather than actually physics-based kind of doing anything that you wanted to do. It's just, oh, you've pulled a handbrake and you're doing this speed? Okay, I should be at this angle now. Like, so this is better, but again, the vagueness at the angle is terrifying. I don't like it because I can't tell what's happening. This is the best one that I've done so far, and I jinxed it. That had been the best one that I'd done so far, but I didn't enjoy anything about it. I didn't have any clue what was happening throughout any of it. I was just Don't put the foot down too hard, and just kind of keep the steering wheel roughly where it is now, because it seems to be working. I was not in control. I was not, you know, they call, like, I always think of drifting as like it's so fun because it's like being in control while you've been out of control. Like with this car, with this pack, with this mod, with these physics from this generation, or whatever way you want to put it, you're out of control and you're not really ever in control. That's the problem. It's just so loose and wobbly and vague. Like, you've got the clutch kicking that you have to do to try and keep it from just over rotating and spinning out as well, like, is another thing. It's probably a bit early there. Bit of a handbrake drag, it's fine. Yeah, it's just so it's not great. It's yeah, no, there's just nothing. I think I'll wrap it up there because that's that. You've gotten the gist. I think I'll repeat it myself. So let me just get this headset off and I'll finish up. Okay, so that's that. That's, you know, slightly disappointing. I genuinely think I enjoyed driving the Titan mod more than I even enjoyed driving this, which is just kind of a shame because again, it's so cool. I have such vivid memories from that night of trying to get this track. But as I said, it is cool to know that it wasn't entirely my fault. Like, I can kind of pin it on the car just a little bit at least. That's about it. I will leave the link. It's on, I think it's called AC Mods is the name of the website. It's like an old mod site from around there that it's still on. If you want to feel it for yourself, if you want to see kind of what I experienced, I will leave the link in the description for you to go and check it out. Very challenging, very tricky. I think I've said everything that I need to say, so I will just leave it there. So if you enjoyed it, please do leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new here. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.